Hello, my name is Gabriel. I'm doing a presentation today on flowering plants and reproduction. Topic right here is talking about we're talking first about the overview of the flowering plants, talking about meiosis and the mitosis and then the diplozygote formation, so fertilization and a multicellular diploid formation. Also down here, in general, this is an alternation of generational plant life cycle. Down here in the bottom, we have the gametophyte dominant bryophytes and has a dependent sporophytes on top and an independent down the bottom. And also on the one on the right side has a male and a female, and which is a sporophyte dominant flowering plant. This is in general is the evolutionary shift in plant life cycle, the stage dominant. And here what we have is just a general parts of a flower, which are mainly important for a flowering plant reproduction. This is in general flower plants, parts of a flower plant. And we're going to talk about these details, which is a flowering production, flower production, structure and development, embryo, seed, fruits, and seedling development, male and female gametophytes and double fertilization, asexual reproduction, and flowering plants. As we go back to where we were first here, flowering plants display is a sexual cycle. Down here is known as an alternation of a generation of the plant life cycle. That's happening in all groups of plants. The gametes producing a male and the female gametophytes of flowering plants are very small and entirely dependent on nurturing sporophytes, sporophytic tissues, and plant gametes arises by the process known as mitosis. Here, this is split out to the egg haploid and the sperm haploid, and when they combine, it goes fertilization processing from a diploid zygote, and by the process of mitosis, converted to produces a multicellular diploid sporophyte, and that's what it is. And when we go to flowers and reproductive shoots, the developments from a shoot apical meristem, the role of flowers is to promote seed production, and the flower shoot generally produces four types of organs. As we look in here is the sepal and the petal, stamen and the carpels. Stamen produces the pollen. That's what it has as anther and the filament. That's the male section right there. And the carpels, which is the female section, which contains the female gametophyte, has a stigma right here in this top. The ovary, which is actually containing the ovules, and this is the whole part right here is the female's part, which is the stigma right here, and the style is the long tube right down there, and the ovaries is containing the ovules down here, and the sepal is which is just the leaves of the plants. Having said that, mature male gametophytes, or the pollen tube, which is down here, that's pollen tube, delivers two sperms and deliver them to the ovules, which is actually passing over to the stigma and passing the style to the ovules, forming of one of the two sperm releases from the pollen tube, combines with egg cells to form a zygote, while the other one forms with two nuclei located in the central of the female gametes, and the female gametophytes. They're producing the first cell of the endosperm tissue. Endosperm is a nutritive. This is a nutritive tissue that has spore development of embryonic sporophytes. Then we go to the next portion, which is the flower production structure and development. Plant flower is in response to environmental stimuli, such as temperature, day length, and conversion of leaf producing the shoots in flowering shoots. Flowers vary in types. As I said earlier, it depends on environmental, which is temperature and the day length that affects the plant's flower reproduction. Flowers vary in the type of whorl present, the number of flowers, organs, the colors, the color, the fragrance, the organ fusion, symmetry, and the arrangement of single, whether single or in inflorescence. These variations are related with the pollination mechanism and are genetically controlled as well. As we go to the embryo, seed, fruit, and seedling development, the unique division of a zygote leads to the development of a nutritive suppressors and an embryos. A young dicot looks like heart-shaped as the two embryonic leaves cotyledon develop. An embryo assumes a torpedo shape as an embryo roots forms. So the monocot embryos produces only a single cotyledon. Mature seeds contain embryos that becomes dry and protected by with the resistance proteins and the tough seed coats. This actually adaptation enables seeds to withstand a long period of dominancy, germinating only when the conditions are favorable for seedling survival. Mature fruits develop ovaries and aid in seeds dispersals. Then seed germination is influenced by environmental and internal factors. The embryo root, which is known as the radicle, is the first organ actually to emerge, and an adaptation to that allow rapid water uptake, essential for seedling development. So, and then the next one, the male and female gametophytes and double fertilization, which is a pollen. The pollen grain are in a mature male gametophyte, protected by a tough sporuline on the wall. The female gametophytes development occurs with ovules, and mature female gametophytes includes an egg, central cell with two nuclei and a few additional cells. After pollination, actually interaction between protein of pistil cells and those of pollen determine pollen germination. Germinated pollen actually delivers the two sperms to the female gametophyte by means of a long pollen and a pollen tubule. This style plays a role in the guidance and nurturing and the faith of female gametophytes. As the pollen tubes enter the female gamete, enters the female gametophytes, it'll burst their tips and releases the sperm. Once the sperm nucleus fuses with the two nuclei of the central cell, generating the first cell of the nutritive endosperm. tissue. As asexual reproduction in a flowering plants is also known as the production of new individuals with a single parent without occurrence of fertilization. Vegetative reproduction is the development of the whole plant non-reproductive of organs. So somatic embryogenesis is the production of embryos from the individual cells, and apomixis, and also they call that apomixis, is a mechanism by which some of the plants produce seeds from flowers without fertilization. So in the conclusion of this reproduction for now, but this is where the flowers asexual reproduction from the male parts, the pollen goes to the female, then produces and goes directly to the ovules, and then the fertilization occurred there. And this is a part of the first video, and I'll see you with the next video. Bye.